All right, let's connect it up. I think we should be all right today. I think we're good. All right, August 9th, 2020, live stream coming at you. We're going to talk about The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, World Beyond. Some news are there, the photos that came out. Hopefully we don't lose connection. Been pretty good over the past couple live streams, but thank you guys for joining me here. If you're watching it on the replay, obviously spoiler warning, it says it in the title, spoiler warning, but the information we're going to talk about here is pretty cool stuff. There's not that much going around, as we're going to have The Walking Dead return on October 4th, which is less than 2 months away, guys. It'll be here before you know it. It's already August 9th. As I'm making this video, it's August 9th, right? This is a crazy year. It's one of those crazy things that's like, where is this year gone? It's up and down all around. Hopefully you're safe and sound no matter what you're doing, and you'll be okay. You just got to make it through, hopefully to October, and hopefully we'll be all right through. Thank you guys for joining me, everybody. Xmas Girl sitting in the Mickey D drive-thru, but I'm tuned in. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Xmas Girl 304. And I just want to say, I'm definitely going to make your video. I looked into the theory that we talked about on Instagram, and I just haven't got the right information and stuff that I'm trying to put together. So I'm working on the video, and I'll definitely have it there for sure. Jen, thank you for joining. You're back. Thank you guys for being here. I know not you can't be here every Sunday, but some people forgot about, the stream last week. I think also people weren't getting the notifications. I got messaged after the fact. They were like, hopefully you're doing a live stream. And I was like, I did a live stream. And then they sent me a screenshot and they didn't get a notification. And then more and more people did. So, I'm not sure, what's going on, but hopefully you guys are here. Thank you, Lynn, and everybody for being a part of this live stream. So hopefully you saw my recent video that I posted on Friday. I try to post a video in the morning, and then I saw all these photos come out from Skybound and this and that and all these things. And I'm like, man, right? It's pretty cool that they're posting some photos. Hopefully we'll get another trailer, another clip, something, right? Hopefully we get some more information somehow, some way. Even if it's just photos, I'll take them, right? That's pretty cool stuff. It wasn't much. I think there was 4 photos. I know there was one that's on the thumbnail with the train yard, which has to be connected with the Commonwealth, the soldier, Rufus, somebody that's going to connect. I doubt Stephanie's going to be there when Eugene and Yumiko and everybody go to wherever they're going to meet up. The one with Beta, as he's walking between the walkers. Well, I guess there was like 5. The one with Daryl walking through the walkers, but we already saw that. The other one with Daryl and Negan, and they're talking. Daryl has the meat sweatshirt on, the walker poncho, that's a sweatshirt now. And then the one with Kelly, Judith, Carol, Beatrice, and then a couple other people. Jules probably there too. So they're just putting on the meat ponchos, and you see that. Hopefully you saw the pictures. If you haven't, definitely go check out the video. I definitely see more of those. I want to say Glenda Batista, thank you for becoming a level 1 PT Peep, and thank you for everybody being a part of that. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Janie. Hope you're doing well as well. How are you? Hope everybody's okay. It's one of those things where I do a live stream every Sunday, and then we go on with our lives, right? Hopefully you're making it okay. You're safe and sound, whatever you're at. If you're in the United States, out the United States, in Europe, wherever you are, this virus thing is just crazy. And hopefully it just gets better where you're at. Hopefully everything's going to be, getting back to normal as the year progresses. I'm not sure what's up with the case numbers. I'm not sure with all that stuff. I try to not watch the news that much, because that's what they want to talk about. I know that tropical storm that came and hit South Carolina. Hopefully you're okay if you're living there. I know some people live in South Carolina and North Carolina and the East Coast, and a lot of people are going to be without power. I know firsthand what that's like. When Hurricane Irma came and hit Florida, we lost power for like 3-4 days. And it was one of those things where you're like, this definitely felt like a zombie apocalypse. Like, if you don't know how important electricity is until you lose it. It's one of those things where you don't know how good you have it when you have an internet connection, you have electricity, you have, food, water, shelter, all that stuff, until you lose those things. man, electricity is a game changer. Hopefully you get power back on and you didn't lose power from the storm on there too. So I'm hoping that everybody will be all right and we'll be able to get through it one day at a time, 1 week at a time. And, it'll be here before you know it, guys. The Walking Dead, October 4th. I wish we watched it already, right? I wish that we watched the idea of the Walking Dead season 10 finale, and then Walking Dead World Beyond, and Fear the Walking Dead, and we were going to get the Walking Dead season 11 in October. But, the universe and the world and whatever you want to say, had bigger plans for it. We're going to get it next year. So there's been some other news potentially about possible filming for the Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead may go back to they may return to filming in August, which is this month. So is it next week, the end of the month, if, they got a plan for it with all the testing and everything? Because, when you film a show, you're going to have the actors, the cast, the crew, the sound, the lighting, the directors, the writers, Chris, so many things are going to be there. So many people are going to be involved with it. And if one person comes in and they're, have COVID-19, who else can get infected? Who else can get this? We're all infected in Walking Dead terms, right? But, the Walking Dead is not real life, but COVID-19 is something we have to deal with, right? So it's one of those things where hopefully Fear the Walking Dead can start filming. I find it interesting that they clearly told us in some spots potentially, I don't know if the information came out in a lot of different places, but the early word and the potential rumor is that the Fear the Walking Dead is going to get back to filming, which to me has to be the second half of season 2 of the second half of season 6. So they probably filmed the first half and maybe a couple episodes into the second half. So I'm just not sure when it's going to be around for the information, but when they start filming, hopefully more and more information will come out. Fear the Walking Dead will be filming. The World Beyond is done filming, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'm assuming that the word is that The Walking Dead 6 extra episodes for season 10 could start filming in October. And if they go that route, every episode takes about 2 weeks to film. 5 days. So they're going to be out filming. If they do 6 episodes in a row, which I would assume they would, 6 episodes, 2 weeks at a pop is 12 weeks. That's 3 months. That's a lot of weeks. That's a lot of months to be filming stuff. 3 months filming is a lot of time, a lot of commitment to it. So we'll have to see what's going to happen there. I would assume it's going to be a lot of studio filming, so I'm not sure if we're going to get any more information from people that are out and about in Georgia, because that's where they film everything. I don't know if it's going to be studio filming at Pinewood Studios, if it's going to be on the AMC studios that we're going to be filming there. So we have to see when the information comes out. Xmas Girl asked, do you think we will get a little tidbit once a week till 10/4? I don't know. Hopefully we get something. That would be pretty awesome if The Walking Dead definitely shared some information with us. I just don't know what their plan is. I think we got to make it through August, and then hopefully in September we get a little more information through the grapevine, through whoever, that we'll be able to find out more information about Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead, because I would assume The World Beyond, that's all wrapped and done and ready to go for October, and then they'll probably start filming season 2 next year. And I would assume that season 11 of Walking Dead is going to be May 2021, so it's just a year off, so everything gets pushed back to a year later. So hopefully that's the plan is, and I think that's what their plan is, but things change, times change, circumstances change, so we'll have to see if all goes well, and I hope it does, right? I hope that we're had the third wave, fourth wave, whatever wave of this virus is, hopefully people will be able to be okay with this, and the virus is going to die down and everything's there. I wonder what's going to happen later this year with it, but we'll have to see. Everyone, if I saw someone post on Facebook or something on the internet, maybe it was just a website, but somebody, because I know Georgia schools are back to school, and, I'm from New Jersey, and you would go back to school after Labor Day, which would be September. In Florida, I know that they talked about having a lot of schools be online for the first couple months, or first month at least, and then go back to, in school learning. In person learning. I don't know if that's what the plan is, but, there was a picture going around in a high school, of a crowded hallway, of a crowded everything. I just don't know if the cases are going to rise. I'm just not sure, too. So, Zach Dixon, TWD, do you think they will reveal any Commonwealth scenes before the air date? No. I mean, they're not going to give anything away that they haven't. They've already given away a lot of different stuff where they can, how they can. I don't think they shot the Commonwealth stuff. You're going to see the soldier or soldiers most likely in the season 10 finale, and that'll probably be it. I doubt there's going to be anything about the Commonwealth in the 6 extra episodes because that's season 11 material. And for what I'm gathering from Gimple and Kang and everybody involved is that these 6 extra episodes are just extra. They're probably filler. They're probably bottle episodes, but something is better than nothing. And a lot of people are wondering, and myself included, what exactly are they going to talk about that they can't talk about in season 11? Because you don't want to use, this is like extra stuff. It's like bonus material, and hopefully we'll be able to find out a little more information. And because I would assume these 6 extra episodes won't be airing at earliest February or March. Because if the plan is to start filming in October, and like I said, that's about 3 months. October, November, December. 3 months. Because each episode takes about 2 weeks. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 weeks. 4 weeks in a month. 4 times 3 is 12. So that's 3 months. I doubt these people want to film around the holidays. Around Thanksgiving. I doubt anybody wants to film around Thanksgiving. Around, December. January probably takes a break. And so I don't know if it's going to be before that or there, or if it's going to be shorter stuff. Like, hopefully these are legit episodes where they are 40 to 45 minutes and they're not going to be a half hour, 20-minute shorts. But, again, there's a lot of questions and not any answers. So we'll have to see. Karen Navir Shindawat, great name. I love it. Do you think Beta will have a redemption story like Negan? No, please, no. I do not want to see everybody is nice. Everybody deep down is a good person. Just have them rehabilitated. No, and no. I want Beta to get taken out like the comic, but in a better way, right? I want it to be a big epic fight scene with Negan. I want to see a big epic situation with Negan, Beta, Daryl, Aaron, whoever they want to throw it in. Alden, Father Gabriel, Judith, Carol, Maggie. I don't know who's going to be involved, but I just hope it's epic. And for what I'm hearing is that, we've all heard the same stuff. The last 2 to 5 minutes are going to be jaw-dropping. They're going to be this. There's going to be an epic battle. It's going to be great. It's going to be like, Game of Thrones. It's going to be heavy CGI. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be this, right? Yeah. Beta has to die, in my opinion. Negan was an outlier that he was saved, right? The reason he was saved is for this season. If there was no comic story arc for Negan and Beta, Negan and Alpha, Negan joining the Whisperers, he wouldn't be left alive. There should have been an epic fight scene with Negan and Rick, and Negan should have been taken out. But Negan was kept alive, and we're supposed to believe that that Rick was supposed to be like, he thought better of this, and what kind of world would it be? And then we need to save him because we're better than these people, But I just don't think so. I just think that, Beta needs to go. Beta's not a good person, and Beta has killed a lot of people, and I just don't want to see him any chance of that too. But that's just me. The show is the show, and the comic is the comic, and the writers are the writers. Wilson, Q&A. What do you think Daryl says to Negan? That's a great question. I just think their conversation is like Daryl doesn't know what to do with Negan. Because what can you do with this guy? Daryl can't like Negan. Daryl cannot be friends with Negan, and there should be animosity there, and there should be a bad situation and bad blood between them. I just feel like I don't know what Negan does. Does Negan stay back? Does Negan go ahead? Does Negan wear a meat poncho? Does Negan do anything that's, I don't know. I just think that the conversation should be Daryl is going to go with his group, and does Negan join him? That could be what the conversation's about. That Negan should have a Whisperer mask, and he should put it on, and he should go out there. and he leaves, but who's going to protect Judith? I guess Father Gabriel. Who's going to stay back? Who's going to go? I'm not sure. I just think Daryl and Negan's conversation is about who's going to leave and leaving the tower. William Brown, thank you for the super chat. It's greatly appreciated. Hey, Bri, do you think they'll have a Negan filler episode? Would be a good chance to do Here's Negan. I think there's a possibility of that. I just don't know if it's going to happen there, if at all. I hope it does. I personally hope it does. I think that the Here's Negan story should be on television, whether it's a miniseries, webisodes, something. It needs to be on television. And I feel like Jeffrey Dean Morgan would want to be a part of Here's Negan, and I know that he wants to do Negan Lives. Supposedly, he wants to do a movie of that, and I just don't think that. I don't want to see the filler episodes, the 6 filler episodes. I don't want it to go like so far back. I don't want that to be any connecting point because it's supposed to be season 10, right? It's extra season 10. So what do we have of season 10? We have Negan with the Whispers, Maggie wherever she's been, Oceanside, Virgil. I think you can get a Virgil episode. You can get a Maggie episode. You can get a rebuilding episode or starting that where Maggie goes back to Hilltop. But I don't know what you're going to do for 45 minutes. I just don't know what the plan is because this wasn't part of the plan, This wasn't part of the plan for season 10 and season 11. And I feel like we're lagging here or something. It's kind of jumping around. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay and the chat's all right. But thank you, William Brown, for the super chat. I just don't see Negan's. I want that to be done in a separate thing, and I want that they have time for it. And I just want the Negan Here's Negan, and also the Negan Lives situation where I could see Negan going out on his own, sitting by a fire, and thinking about his story so far, thinking about where he's been, where he's going. What he's had to deal with, who he's met, the stuff with Rick, the stuff with Glenn, Abraham, the outposts, taking over the Saviors, becoming, the leader, and then, going out and doing that. I just could see that being a flashback, current situation, and then a flash forward. I don't know. I think that would be pretty cool. I just don't see it being the 6 episodes. Like I said, I just want it to be done right. Who else do you think should be in the Rick movies from all 3 shows? That's a good question. I think Rick, obviously. I think Jadis. I could see Heath. I would love to see Morgan. I would love to see Daryl. I would love to see Michonne. I don't know any of the World Beyond characters, so I don't know how they fit. Maybe Elizabeth Kubler or Kublik. I always say her name wrong, but the Lieutenant Commander Elizabeth, who's talking to the one guy, Nico, I don't know his name on the show, I'm just blanking on me, but Nico Tortorella. But I know that I would love to see all 3 shows be represented in the Rick movies. That would be pretty awesome too. So hopefully that I answered the question, William, wasn't muffled with the lagging and the, I don't know if you saw it, but just to answer it again, William, thank you for the super chat. Do you think they'll have a Negan filler episode? Would be a great chance to do Here's Negan. I think it would be a great chance, but I think it should be done on its own thing, on its own merit. And again, season 10 is the 10 extra episodes for season 10 are supposed to be involved with season 10, and that's not really a thing too. So. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, everybody. Hey, Rebecca, how are you? Hey, Wilson, Diane, Jackie, everybody, talking. Love it. Alexander Q&A. It's said Maggie will be like a new character. Whose relationship with Maggie will be different going forward? Man, that's another great question. I don't know if Maggie's going to be like a new character, but she's going to be out of the loop from what happened. She wasn't in the Whisperer War until the last part of it. She wasn't there for the fall and, destruction of Hilltop. She wasn't there for Negan coming out and doing all these things. I think the biggest thing, obviously, is her relationship with Negan. That's got to be a big point of emphasis. I don't know how it's going to be with Maggie and Daryl, Maggie and Carol. Maggie lost Jesus and Tara and pretty much a lot of people at Hilltop. She was connected with that. She was their leader. I just don't know if that, what they're going to go going forward with that. But like I said before, and I said in several videos, I want Maggie to have some problems or some people to have problems with Maggie. I don't want it to be like, oh, Maggie's here. Hey, Maggie, how you doing? We missed you. No, be like, where you been? We've been dealing with these skin people and this and that and Hilltop, and where have you been all this time? Like, come on. I want to see people mad. This would be real life. If I was connected with Tara and Jesus and whoever was lost at Hilltop and your leader left you, I would be mad about that, and I know she's been gone for so long and this and that, but there's nothing she could have done. But I want to see people a little mad about her. That would be kind of realistic too. Just like I want to see Negan and Daryl have a relationship, but I don't want them to be best buddies and be like, hey, you're the new Rick, Negan, let's go hang out. No, I don't want to see that too. But we'll have to see how it goes down. Diana asks, is Morgan coming back to The Walking Dead? I don't know what the end game is for Morgan and Fear the Walking Dead. I don't know what it's going to be with Morgan's story. And I just hope, oh man, did I lose connection? Hopefully my connection, I think my connection's coming back. I think I lost it for a brief second, but we should be coming back. I think we're all right now. But I know that Morgan's story is very essential to The Walking Dead. He's one of the first characters we've seen on the story. Rick, Shane, Morgan, they're very important to the show. Shane went away in season 2, but he had his little cameos and his little flashbacks and his big moments. Morgan needs to have that connection with the Walking Dead universe. I really wanted Abraham to be the spin-off character. I wanted that to be a big thing. But then they were kind of, you kind of would be trapped to where you could go there, right? I know it was one of those things where I know that the story kind of was trapped for where they can go with Abraham. But Morgan's story is set in the somewhat current timeline. They're going to have to do time jumps, probably several time jumps, to be catching up with The Walking Dead. But is The Walking Dead going to be on the same path of Fear the Walking Dead and World Beyond? I hope so. We all want it to be The Walking Dead joins and merges with The World Beyond and Fear the Walking Dead, or however you want to say it. Everything comes together on the great show, the final season of The Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead, World Beyond, Walking Dead, all merged together, connected with the movies, bing bada boom, fight CRM. I think that makes sense too, right? So I think that's where they're going to go with it. It just makes sense to me. But again, I don't write for the show. I would love to see where there is. Rebecca says, we were in Senioy last week. It was a lot of fun to see Alexandria. Very cool, Rebecca. I know that Senioy, definitely, I've seen the pictures of Nick and Norman's is still open. That the Woodbury shop is still open. It's on the ground level floor, and I've seen the different spots now. It's much smaller than the upstairs. The upstairs is now Boots and Bling, I believe. I haven't been there in a while, and I'm not going to go anytime soon. But Alexandria is still there. Hopefully, Rebecca, if you got a chance in downtown Senioy, which is like one little street, that you got to see the Christmas store. And it has nothing to do with The Walking Dead, but it's across the street from where Boots and Bling is now. It used to be the Woodbury shop. And in there, it's pretty cool that hopefully you guys know that I love animals and I love cats. I love dogs too, but I have cats. And there's a black cat in there. And we've seen the cat a couple times when we're there, and it's like belongs to the owners that's in the store. So I don't know if you got a chance to see it and go into the Christmas store. It's a very nice shop. It's a little expensive, but it's a nice little shop there. Get some different stuff, and it's pretty cool. Definitely check out Senioy if you have a chance. It's definitely an awesome trip if you have a chance to. I think they started back up the Atlanta movie tours, and then the Georgia tour company. I know that definitely if you're there, go say hi to a couple people at the Georgia Tour Company. That's in downtown Senioy on the street there. Go say hi to Mara. She's one of my friends on here, and she's one of the people that gives tours. She's been on The Walking Dead, and it's pretty cool that she plays, she's Senioy Rosita when she gives a tour. So Mara is her name. Definitely say hello and say One Eye Bri says hello. It's pretty cool too. Efren Guzman, great question. One Eye Bri, what's the most underrated character in your opinion on The Walking Dead? That's a great question. I'm going to use that as my poll question, Efren. What is the most underrated character in your opinion on The Walking Dead? Man, so if you guys feel free to answer that question. I love the idea. Rebecca Briggs was the Woodbury shop on the top level before. Yeah, Rebecca, it was exactly when you go in. Now I believe it's called Boots and Bling. It was all up there, and then you went down some steel steps, and then that was where the museum and everything was. And but now it's downstairs. But yeah, that's where it was before. The Woodbury shop was up top. Definitely check out my video if you haven't, Rebecca, on the channel or my videos. I do a tour of it on there too. It's pretty cool for sure. Rebecca also says, I did not notice a Christmas shop, and they changed the name of the Walking Dead coffee shop. Man, they changed a lot there too. It used to be the Waking Dead Cafe, I believe. Pretty interesting. So my underrated character. Well, that's a matter of preference. I know a lot of people, what makes a character underrated, right? Is it not like the main characters? So it can't be Daryl, it can't be Carol, it can't be Michonne, can't be Rick, can't be Negan. Well, it wouldn't be those any. They're like the main staples of it. I go with Rob too. I go with Aaron. The first character I think of is Aaron, because Aaron is very important with a lot of the story, you know? He brought the group to Alexandria. He's still alive. He's still very important for the show. I don't know. I mean, that's a tough one. Underrated too could be like, it's got to be a smaller character that's done a lot of things. I mean, is Eugene underrated? Because Eugene is very important for the story. You know? Janie says a great point. Do you mean most underrated character that's still alive? I think so. I think you have to go still alive. Because, man, that's a tough one. I mean, it's just so like, where do you want to go with that? I mean, the first thing for me was like Aaron. I mean, I love Ross Marquand, you know, great guy, funny guy, you know, very important with, you know, Jesus and Alexandria and so many different things. I don't know. I guess I have to go with Aaron. I know Lindsay's talking about her arthritis in here. I feel you, Lindsay. I felt mine yesterday. I had to give my injection, my Humira injection on Friday. And then all day yesterday, my knee was bothering me. I mean, I was like limping around. My shoulder was bothering me. And sometimes that happens after the injection the next day. And it was definitely bothering me. I feel much better now, but I've felt it in my bones and my knees and everything too. My shoulder is definitely one of those things. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Lindsay says dead would be Jesus hands down. I think Jesus was a character that was so underutilized. I don't know if he was underrated, but to me, it was underutilized because he's such a badass character. Sorry, my language, badass character in the comic, and he didn't have the abilities given to him on the show where he got to fight Negan and smack him with Lucille and throw the grenades back and, you know, throw walkers over off the highway, and he snuck into you know, the sanctuary, which was pretty cool, and he jumped off the trailer and kicked the walker. It was pretty cool, but overall, I mean, we didn't get to see him. When we did, it was his last fight scene was pretty awesome, where he's dodging and cutting and slicing and this, and he swings at that. I'm never going to forget that. I think they did a great job with Jesus's last moments on the show when he swung blatantly his sword and he thought it was just a walker, and that walker dips and then stabs him. Man, that was awesome. That was pretty crazy. It was like, okay. One of those memorable moments. Like, we'll all remember the Negan lineup. We'll all remember certain things. And to me, you know, I like Tom Payne. I've met him several times. He's a very cool guy. We shared the same birthday, and he was just one of those guys that I got a chance to meet and just really talk with. And so there's that angle. But I just think the Jesus fighter abilities character for the comic show angle was just not the same. It just could have been done in a better way. And I love that type of character for the story in the zombie apocalypse. You know, it's just definitely a thing that I enjoy. Yenzi Rosario, hey, Brad Kuna, how do you think the Whisperer War would have been if Alpha was still alive? Well, the Whisperer War, this is kind of what happens in the comic exactly. Alpha is running things. Negan takes her out. Alpha dies, Beta takes over, Beta storms, Alexandria, and Beta takes over the reins and does, it's just a thing where it happens that way. I think Alpha attacked Hilltop, which was different for the show because Alpha, I believe in the Whisperer Wars, she was killed right before that, and Beta orchestrates the attack on Alexandria and Hilltop at the same time. So they mix things up a little bit. I just think that they had to do it this way because what would they have done differently? Because they basically destroyed Hilltop. I don't know Alpha being around would have. I just think they had to go this route too. I don't know what Alpha would have done differently because Beta wouldn't be cray-cray right now if Alpha was still around, because Beta is talking to walkers, thinking he's controlling walkers, thinking he's, I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't think Beta would have been the same character we're going to get in the season 10 finale as we're getting there, but it's a good question. I mean, if Alpha was still alive, I don't know. I think they would have done the same thing. They would have probably attacked Alexandria and done that, but then our group went away, and I just think it would have been Alpha leading instead of, Beta. That's what they would have done because how would they have wrapped it up? How would they have done it? There's so many walkers. There's so many things there, which is like, to me, there's too many walkers, but there too. So David asked the question, who was overrated? So I guess we'll go the overrated way. I don't know because I don't know Olive Pit. Hello. Olive Pit, are you connected with the Peach Pit? Anyone know the Peach Pit? Get that reference? No. But overrated, that's a tough one because I like the characters' situations where they are for who they are and what they are too. I mean, I don't think any character is overrated because I love Daryl. Some people are going to say he's overrated. The show would not be nearly as good if it wasn't for Daryl Dixon and the big moments that he had. I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, I just don't know how to rate to make someone overrated. I just see characters for who they are, right? Jennifer got it. Yeah. I know some people in here might not get the 80s, 90s references. I don't know. But it's just funny because I'm in my 30s, so some people get the references, some don't. And some people, I don't know what people are. Some people don't get, Rebecca, Peach Pit from 90210. Efren says, Brian, I'm waiting for the helicopter to be sold as a Hit Wheel toy, or I guess Hot Wheel toy, the one that took Rick. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's up with the Walking Dead merchandise lately because hopefully you guys know, you saw my video about the TWD Rewards going away. And if you are a member of that, definitely try to get some things. I made the video a couple days ago, and then on Friday I checked, and I wonder if they're going to be adding stuff because I saw some different things on the website on Friday, and they sold out like that. But I have 50,000 points, and my wife has just under 45,000 points, and hopefully we can get a figure or something cool out of it. And I know a lot of people have a lot of points just like me, and so hopefully you'll be able to get something out of there on there as well. Zaz Man Reviews, I'm honestly hoping that after the Walking Dead main show, we get a TWD or Walking Dead sequel show with Judith and RJ grown up. I think that the final issue was like a pilot, in my opinion. Well, that's interesting, Zaz Man Reviews. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I hope there is some story that is like they have a plan for after the Walking Dead, but Zaz Man Reviews, that the Walking Dead comic, the threat of the walkers was like nothing after that. There was a time jump of so many years and walkers were basically gone. So what would be the problem? Would it be people? Would it be, I don't know. I don't know where they would go because this is the Walking Dead, and is the Walking Dead people, walkers? zombies, whatever you want to call them, like what would be the main thing after that? Because every show has to have, there needs to be some sort of drama, some sort of problem. There needs to be antagonists, protagonists. There has to be some sort of, what is trying to be achieved here? What is the dilemma for these people? And if the walkers are gone, what would be the problem for that too? So I would like the idea of Judith and RJ, and I would love it for it to be Kaylee Presley Fleming and, a different RJ character, because you have to have a time jump. And, I think that you could do it, but I just don't know who would be the problems. Would they leave, DC area? Would it be CRM? They get away and they're still trying to track people down. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool. So a lot of people, Alicia says Negan overrated. Some people are saying Magna. Magna is, I think, on the lines of Magna is a far better comic character than the show right now, especially. I think Jesus was the same way, and I think the comic is the comic and the show is the show. And overall, I think they've done a really good job with having some similarities and some differences. And I do love the characters that are just for the show, like Jerry and Daryl and Merle and a lot of characters that are there. There's a lot of characters that are just for the show, Simon, and ultimately the show needs to be similar but also different, because you can't have everything done in a comic page come to screen, and then actors and characters and writers and contracts and whatever changes everything. So yeah, Rob K says Lori. Overrated to me is a tough one, because I see the characters for what they are. Like, I have my favorites, I have my likes, I have my dislikes. Like, Lori to me is one of, if not the worst characters of The Walking Dead there is. She was just, just done things in a way that didn't need to happen. It's just, I don't know. Lori is just terrible in my eyes. I don't know if I'm thinking about it too. Is if I go back to season 2, I wasn't personally a Dale fan. I know some people love that guy. He was like, Dale was great. Dale was this, and Dale got on my nerves. Like, especially when he was talking to Glenn, and just the thought of Dale being like, "Have you ever thought of what her father may think?" And Glenn's like, "No. I thought about dying and being with this hot chick, and that's where I was going to be with. I wasn't worried about Herschel and what he was thinking about." Sorry, Dale. You're like, what are you talking about? Like, it was just too much over the top. But yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one for me that I just can't think of where it's going to be. Hosam Aka, sorry if I butchered your name. Do you think the idea of Negan having an emotional reaction by seeing Herschel Jr.? I don't know. I know that Negan and Herschel Jr. need to have their moments. I don't know if Negan's going to get like upset about it. I could see Negan being like, "Yeah, kid, I go with, I'm the one. You may be hearing some things about me, but I did what I did, and unfortunately I took your father out, and I'm sorry. But if you want to, come for me in a couple years, and I'll understand," or something, because like Negan kind of has to know that what he did is going to catch up with him at some point, right? Like if you're a realist, you kind of know like what you do comes back around, good, bad, and indifferent. At least I do. I think of karma. I think of good things. If you're good, you're good. If you're bad, you're bad. Everything kind of catches up to you at certain points too. So Zazman Reviews, thank you for another super chat. I view CRM as the first major story of the Walking Dead universe, like Infinity War was the first big story for the Marvel universe. I respect your opinion, Bri. This is just my opinion, but that's okay. Love you, man. No, there's no disagreement. I kind of agree. Like, if CRM, I think CRM is kind of the endpoint for The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, World Beyond, the universe has that, and CRM is like the big global military contract situation with military government, like they control things. Maybe CRM is the military of the government, the world government now. Maybe the government of the United States, North America, South America, Europe, Australia, Asia, all different continents came together, and CRM is one branch of that goes out and gets supplies and just eradicates threats, right? So I don't know if they're going to try to rebuild civilization with this, if that's what it's going to be, but I would love to see it continue on with it, and see CRM could be, the militarized, police kind of thing where they take out people, and then we have like the different aspect of the government that's still around somewhere. Because I think there has to be something that's, the overlying people that are making decisions. Someone has to survive. Did the president survive? Did the prime minister survive? Did, different government officials survive? Did, somebody of some area or a big group survive? And they kind of make these decisions too. I don't know too, but see, like some people, thank you for the super chats, and I love the conversation. I don't know where people have this opinion of me. Like, I love discussing things. The haters are going to just say like, oh, you got to have the same opinion as One Eyebrow, or he blocks you and bans you and does this. No, I love discussing things in a cordial manner. And that's kind of what this is. This is a fun thing that we talk about on Sundays. Some people like the show for different reasons that I like the show too. Like Kami she says, I didn't mind Dale. Dale got on my nerves. Dale, when I made my list a while ago, I had to do an updated top 10 list of the most hated characters, in my opinion. Dale was on that list, and a lot of people hated that he was on there. But that's okay. Some people like different characters because they see different characters like that. And that's the great thing about this, and in this channel, is that we can have these discussions where it can be different. Xmas Girl says, most overrated character in TWD history is Morales. Yeah, Morales was one of those characters that his story was like, Morales is coming back. He's coming this. He's doing this. He's going to be this. Morales is doing that. Morales is this guy. Oh, it's Morales. It was Morales. And then they were like, I'm tired of everybody bringing up Morales. We're going to make him a savior, and he's going to die. And he did. And it was happening. And it was pretty crappy too. So. Efren says, One Eyebrow, did you hear that Andrea Lori Holding signed an 8-year contract that was supposed to be on the show longer and was supposed to be with Rick? What are your thoughts about that? I knew that years ago, and I made that video years ago on this channel. Lori Holden, she said that information at a Walker Stalker convention, like, I don't know, 4 years ago or something, like a long time ago. And I believe it. I think that Andrea was supposed to end up with Rick, like the comic. Andrea was supposed to be who Rick ends up with. Carl calls Andrea mom, and it's a whole situation, just like the comic. I don't know what happened with Lori Holden and the contract and the showrunner for season 3, but the storyline with her and the governor was just for the show. That wasn't supposed to happen that way. I don't know with what Glenn Mazzara, whatever his name was, he was the showrunner before Gimple took over in season 4. And to me, Andrea was pretty annoying, pretty terrible. The one episode I remember in season 3 that was really annoying to watch was when she was trying to get away from the governor, and she was trying to do this, and she goes into a room and there's all these walkers, and she's screaming and she's yelling and she's freaking out with that, screeching scream, and it's just like, it's one of those things. And then the governor ends up getting her, locking her up, and it was just like, oh man, what did I just watch? It was frustrating because the Andrea character to me was just a little too much at times, and I could see why they killed her off. And I personally didn't mind, and I think the show was fine without her. So I don't know, but I do believe that was a thing, and that was the plan for an 8-year contract. So I don't know what happened with that. If she got settled, she settled for that contract, because if you have a contract for 8 years, you're supposed to honor the contract. But I guess there's a clause in there, maybe. I don't know. I just don't know what would happen with it exactly, too. So I know that if I had an 8-year contract and I bought a house and I was supposed to be there and I was going to be on this TV show for the next 8 years and be a part of this group and this family and have a big story, I would be mad about it. So I don't blame her for being, mad, because I don't like the idea of, the show. And, movies, production, companies, different stuff, they have the power. They can make decisions like that. They can take over things. They can honor things. They can kill characters off. They can make characters stick around. And, The Walking Dead and AMC, they've done some different things that people don't agree with, and Carl being one of them, that just makes a lot of people mad, too. So Alexander Q&A. How would you react if Jadis makes an appearance in the World Beyond? Shocked, I guess, because I don't know if it's going to be like, I don't know if we're going to get characters from The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead on the World Beyond. I would assume that the World Beyond people end up on Fear the Walking Dead, and it goes like World Beyond to Fear to The Walking Dead to the movies, or some sort of connecting point with those characters like that too. I think Jadis's main roles are going to be in the movies, and I do think that it's going to be connecting the dots with The Walking Dead and how people go find Rick. It just makes sense too. So I would love for Jadis to come back, and I think that's a good way to do it too. Zasman Review says, what spinoff would you want after World Beyond? I don't know. The Walking Dead is a great show, don't get me wrong. And Fear the Walking Dead has its moments. And hopefully you saw those pictures with, Dwight and June and, Daniel and, Sherry and all these things. And hopefully you saw the pictures that are going around. But I don't know if we need any more spinoffs, right? I don't know if we need anything besides The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, World Beyond, the Rick movies, and the Negan story. I'm good with that. Maybe the Michonne story or something there too. Like I don't think we need anything. I don't think The Walking Dead needs to be an infinite story that needs to be told for the next 10 years. We've already had 10 years of a Walking Dead show. Some people love Supernatural and they had that, and that had, a million seasons and everything, but every good thing has to have an ending. Hopefully they have an ending point. I would personally love it to be like, all right, The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, Rick movies, or 3 Rick movies, and then we have a nice stopping point. But they leave it open for another show and another thing to be picked up in a couple years. And I would just love for it to be kind of a thing where you take a break from it, and then it comes back in a way that is like the New Kids, the story of it too. Because, I love the idea of shows having their story, having where they go, do what they do, have a good run, 5, 6, 7, 10 seasons, whatever it is. They stop. And I don't like the idea of a reboot. Like, I don't want to have the whole story again, and they have Rick in the hospital, and it's recast, and they have this. I love the idea of a story being with, the main story of it, and then you have a couple main actors from the story, but it's the younger generation that's connected with the story of that. And if it's done in a way that makes sense, it would be really cool. And I don't know why the World Beyond is going to be 2 seasons. It's just interesting that it's right out the gate and it says 2 seasons. Why? There's no plan for a 3rd or 4th season. What if it's a good show? What if World Beyond has good viewership and does great, right? I don't know if it's going to make sense to just have 2 seasons of it, but they're doing it for a reason. And I think they have things in motion. And I think Gimple is a planner. He kind of knows what to do. And, AMC has a lot of money invested in the Walking Dead universe, and they have a lot of stuff in there. So I don't know what the future of it holds. But, I was talking about this before until the questions on there. They talked about it being that the TWD Rewards is gone. That's gone next month. So hopefully get some stuff, check it out, use your points, get some different figures or different things that come out there. I'm going to check it every day, every morning, and hopefully we'll be able to get some, I really want to get like something cool with it. Just one item. That'd be pretty awesome to get and be like, all right, it's, I want to use my points and my wife's points, and we'll be good with it, but we'll have to see. So I don't know if they're making any more merch. I don't know if they're doing any more minifigures like the ones behind me. That's interesting. Why not? I love those things. A lot of people love them. I don't see them making any more action figures. I don't see them making any more things. And that's telling that they're not making any more stuff. I just don't know why. If they're not, are they giving up on it? Is the plan to be over from it? Xmas Girl 304, thank you for the super chat. Have you recently seen Pollyanna McIntosh's Instagram? She's rocking the same exact haircut for her season 7 intro. Sydney Lemon Isabel is rocking it too. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't been on Instagram in a while. Briefly checking it, but I'll have to check out Pollyanna McIntosh to see. I still believe, like you said, that Jadis and Isabel's haircut is done for a reason, right? And they're like, oh, some people are like, well, it's the haircut because it fits under the helmet, right? Well, Jadis isn't flying a helicopter, right? So why would she have that haircut? Why would she be dressed in all black? Some sort of big connecting point with that. Has to be some sort of thing for the haircut for it too. I don't know. Now, I'm really glad they didn't give Elizabeth, who's going to be on The Walking Dead or the World Beyond, the same haircut because it's a terrible haircut. Like, it doesn't look good. I'm sorry, Pollyanna McIntosh and, Sydney Lemon, you're beautiful women, but you hope they're rocking a different haircut. It just looks better for it too. And maybe it's tactical, maybe it's ease, maybe it's, laziness, maybe it's what it is. I don't know what the actual things behind it is, but hopefully it's explained in The World Beyond. And I have a feeling that CRM is going to be a big, vital part of that show and connecting things going forward. And hopefully we get all the answers that we have and some big, setups for the future of The World Beyond, Walking Dead, and Fear the Walking Dead, and the movies too. I just hope it just makes sense where they have it. That'd be pretty cool too if, we have a whole separate area, because we have The Walking Dead, which is East Coast. Fear the Walking Dead was California, Mexico, now Texas. World Beyond looks to be in Nebraska, so that's Midwest. And so where else is there? We saw California. Is there the Northwest? We saw Mexico. We saw Georgia. We see Virginia. Are they ever going to leave the United States? I don't know. That's something they could do down the road too. They could venture out and have a story outside the United States. I don't know if it would make sense to do stuff like that too, but I just want to see where the story's going. And, I'm going to be along for the ride, just like probably everybody in here too. So, Constipated in Sin City says, I know the reason why Jadis and her heapsters wear black. Do you want to know? Sure. Let me know in the comments there too. Or in the chat. What is your reason behind it? Because I don't know. It's slimming because, it just looks that way. But, they're not the only ones that wear black. CRM wears black too. And besides the idea of, it being, black and whatever, it just shows a villainous look. You have, black as symbolism of, dark, evil. It just makes sense wearing a black outfit, and all black outfit too, like no hint of white or red or other light colors. The black outfit just is symbolic. Usually look at Darth Vader. I mean, that's the best example there is too. So X-Girl says, Brian PT Peeps, please shout out my granddaughter Rye, or is 2 today. So is it Ree? Is it Rye? How do you say it, Holly? So either way, happy birthday to your granddaughter. Pretty cool stuff. 2 years old. Hopefully that's a good birthday. I can't remember mine 2 years old. That was like 30 some years ago. So hopefully it's a good birthday. I know, are people still having birthday parties now? Like, are people over the social distancing and having birthdays? Because pretty much every day someone has a birthday, and pretty much all over the world somebody can celebrate a birthday, whether it's yours, your friends, your aunts, your uncles, some family member, somebody. It's just interesting that, my birthday's in December, and my wife's is in February, so we have some time before that. So I don't know that, hopefully people will be safe and sound, but definitely happy birthday. I just hope I'm saying it right, because, when I write Rye, that's how I write in the books for Ryan. But then I know some people could say Rye. I just want to say it right. But either way, happy birthday, and shout out's pretty cool. Hopefully you enjoy your birthday, and it's a fun day for everybody too. So let me see. Alexander, do you watch 100? Started watching because of Alicia Dedham Carey. Other actors are on both shows. I watched the first couple episodes, and I know that Alicia Dedham Carey comes in later. I believe that's Alicia on Fear the Walking Dead. I know the one Savior guy is on there, I believe. Is Magna on there too? I believe so. Zazman Review says, Bri, I think The World Beyond is a test because they're working on more limited series, and we'll see how this does. Yeah, that's true. I mean, they could be, but I know a lot of people aren't excited for The World Beyond, but I like the idea of it being a good show that connects things, that accentuates the Walking Dead universe. And I wish that's what Fear the Walking Dead's plan was all along, but they wanted to have their own story and no connecting point early on, and 3 seasons of it just, it had its moments, but I just don't think that. Either way, I just hope it is so her name is Arya, not to be confused with the Game of Thrones characters. So yeah, so Arya. So sorry. So Arya is how you say it on Game of Thrones. And if you ever watch Game of Thrones, it's interesting because you see the pronunciation of Arya pronounced different ways. There's Arya, and they say Aya. So it's like, what? How do you say it? How do you want to say it on there too? So I just not sure, but that's pretty cool. So I like that name. That's a cool name. I like when there's different names like that, and I like the differences on there. Duty Red, Brian, do you watch The Rain on Netflix? I have not seen it. I just finished Umbrella Academy season 2. That was a really good show. If you have not seen it, I definitely recommend it. I'm gonna watch Last Chance U, the last season of it. I'm not sure if anybody watches that, but that's lightning. You hear that? That's outside. That's because I heard the rumbles. I was like, okay, lightning. It was funny. Like every time I think about that, my dad came and visited me from New Jersey. He tries to visit like once a year or so, but it was a couple years ago. And every time there's like thunder and lightning like outside, I always think of the story of the time where my dad was in the pool. We were doing like yard work or housework or doing something, and my dad went to cool off in the pool, and he's in the pool and he's relaxing, doing whatever, and he's like standing there, and there was like thunder and lightning came just like that, like out of nowhere, and he's like, okay, I'm out of here, and he like came out of the pool. It's just funny. Sorry, it's a stupid thing, but it's just kind of funny. It reminded me of that too. So. Now I have not seen The Rain. Some people definitely have on there. Pretty cool too. Sorry. Yeah, there it is again. But thunderstorms are definitely coming. It's this Carlos Concepcion. What's up from Philly? Philly, Carlos. I'm from South Jersey, so I know all about Philly. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. You a Pat's or Gino's guy or Tony Luke's, or who do you like on there for your cheesesteaks on there too? So Thor is looking for you. Yeah, I'm hiding, man. Thor's coming after me on there as well. Lindsay says, we had an earthquake in North Carolina this morning, a 5.1, biggest we've had in my lifetime. Man, that's got to be crazy. Like, I'm sure it only lasts a couple seconds or whatever, but when the ground is shaking and objects are shaking, I'd be like, okay, what's going on here? I mean, like, what do? You just, stay in bed, you go to a doorway, or what do you try to do? I don't know. But yeah, so hopefully you guys are definitely being safe and sound, and your guys are going to be okay. And we're making it, guys. We're doing okay. Virginia says, I'm from North Jersey. Yeah, cool. Where at North Jersey? Hoboken? Bayonne. I'm from South Jersey. I'm from right outside Cherry Hill, if anybody knows where that is. So that's where I grew up. I moved to Florida for college and grad school, and then stayed down here. But my parents still live in South Jersey too, so I go to visit. I was supposed to go up there for a wedding next month, September, but because of this COVID stuff, it's moved to next year. So got to do that whole thing. But I'll be going there for the wedding in April down the Jersey Shore, so it should be a good time. It's always a good time too. So, but I'm watching, like I said, I watch Kingdom, which is about like mixed martial arts show with Frank Grillo. Still watching that. We're on season 2. Been watching Community. Just finished up Umbrella Academy. The Boys is next month. If you guys have Amazon Prime, The Boys is on there. Zasmine Reviews says, Ginny on Fear the Walking Dead is on The Boys. She's a far better character, that actress, on The Boys than on Fear the Walking Dead, in my opinion. Ginny's voice is just over the top. But I'm excited for The Boys to come out in September. I know there's going to be 3 episodes that are going to be available right away. And then every week there's 1 episode for 5 weeks. Xmas Girl says, I love Cherry Hill. I used to go to the library to eat. I love the library. That's an actual restaurant. We go to my wife always heard about the library, right? It's one of those restaurants. It's a steak place, and it's a great restaurant where you go in. It looks like a library, but a restaurant that has books around there and stuff too. And I've never tried to like grab a book and see if it actually can read it, but the library is a great place. We go to the library too. And there's a couple different libraries, and definitely recommend it if you're in South Jersey, for sure. And Kami says, I've been living on Amazon these days. Yeah, I mean, the streaming stuff is where it's at. They add stuff all the time. We've been watching different stuff. I've been watching a little more basketball because it's definitely something for daily fantasy sports. That's kind of cool, and there's a lot of basketball, and I missed March Madness. I love March Madness. It's one of my favorite things, and this kind of has that March Madness feel because there's like so many basketball games on every day. It's pretty cool stuff. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go. That's my hour. Thank you guys for being a part of it. I appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys check out the videos of Senioy. If you haven't already, you get to see what it looked like. I would love to go there, next year or so when the world kind of gets back to normal and check out the differences, see where it was, and compare the two videos. I think that'd be pretty cool. But definitely, guys, be back next Sunday. And thank you again for the super chats, Xmas Girl, Zasman Reviews, William Brown, and Glenda Batista for becoming a level 1 PT Peep. Thank you guys. I truly appreciate it. And if you can, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. Be a subscriber if you haven't already. If you can, donate to the channel. You don't have to by any means, but it helps the channel out. We continue to make videos, through and through. If you have any ideas for videos, let me know, because, until October comes around, we got, the rest of August and September to make videos. And then, we'll be back talking about The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 16, The World Beyond, Fear the Walking Dead, all these different stuff. So I'll be rocking and rolling once we hit October, but that's a little time from now. So hopefully you guys will check out the different shows that I have. I love talking about different things, and I love having, conversations and open discussions. Thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, being a member, a subscriber, a patron, everything. I truly appreciate it. It makes my life easier so I can do this day in and day out. And that's what I ultimately want to do, to make awesome videos and provide live streams like this. Thank you guys. I truly appreciate it. It really means the world to me. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, staying true to yourself, blocking out the haters, and staying safe. Thank you, guys. I'll see you later. I'll see you next week, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Be safe, and see you.